After show reaction. Today I'm going to be reacting to some more Stargate SG-1. This is season 5, episode 15. Let's go over the comments. I always disliked the very end of the show with Jack saying, "And you really think the test is over now?" Then the alarm starts going off. It went from an open training scenario to one Elliot was unaware of being a training scenario. After that, then Haley was in danger, which Elliot saved her just to find out it was another training scenario within a scenario. Then Jack teasing the test is still going on and the alarm going off pushed it too far. I feel the episode would have been better if it ended just before that line. Fair. Yeah, fair. It just kept going like it's that age-old joke, like, am I telling you the truth? No, I'm not telling. I'm just kidding. Am I kidding? No, I'm just kidding. I am kidding. Or am I? You know what I mean? That's kind of like what they were doing, I think. Which is, yeah, it went a bit too far. I agree. I love the fact that Hammond was willing to quit there and just to give them more time to save Tilk. That shows how good of a man he is. Absolutely. I just realized that my mic was a little far away. I hope that you heard what I was saying. Whoops. Could have been worse. Could have gone the whole episode without realizing. The actor in question, David Howlett, is a fairly talented actor. There are 2 movies of his that I really enjoyed that most people never even heard of. Well, at least one of them, at least one of the 2. The first movie is called Cube and is from 1997, and the second movie is called Tree Murray and is from 2001. They may not be everyone's cup of tea, but I'm a big fan of this guy. Well, that's great. I've never seen ASR's recognition power, superpower glitch this badly before. Random dude gets promoted to regular, more fubard than the DHT. You can't convince me otherwise. I recognize the guy. He's part of the show. I think. I'm like 80% sure. 76% sure. While Russia's army is seen as a bit of a joke now thanks to their laughably horrible performance in Ukraine, before that, and especially when the show was made, they were seen as, if not quite an equal, at least somewhat close to our own. Our own, meaning America, I suppose. I'm Australian. I have no idea what our army's like. It's only recently that they've shown to be a paper tiger that can't manage to conquer a country a fraction of its size in a surprise attack. Yeah. Yeah, the Raw wasn't in 512 as the episode starts with it. But since I cut the previously on, I sadly cut that part out. Sorry to all the people who are tuning in for the Raw. My bad. It's surprising how many people will get excited about the Raws. I do it for you. Yeah, 512 and the whole franchise for that matter is always worth a rewatch. I honestly tell you, I did not see the Asgard puppet in 512 until it was pointed out to me online much later. That is usually the case, I think. You doing the loud roar. Did I scare you? Fritz, I got my headset on full blast. No, you didn't scare me. Try being louder next time. Yeah, Haley or whatever her name was really wasn't all that interesting the first time. And she wasn't this time either. Girl's got a resting bitch face. Just like that Cassandra recast. You're not wrong. Sorry, just some people just have that face. And you know what? Maybe I have that face and I don't even know it. You can tell me. Do I have a resting bitch face? I don't know. Sometimes they bring some characters back that were already kind of cringe. Luckily, they don't do it that often, so if only just to wrap something up. Sometimes you're very observant fruits. This whole foothold situation was just another training exercise. Nice job, detective. Hello? I'm Batman. World's best detective. You asked, so I checked. I went into Photoshop and superimposed some of the text of 513 and 514 onto text from earlier episodes. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. The size changes over the course of the season. Most noticeably, the episode titles often change size. I guess it's because of knowing what the length of the official episode title is going to be while in production, so they can't use the standard font size. It's a thing I had to take into account when making intros and titles for the intro titles for the edits. Another something nobody ever commented about, but I'm not bitter. I suppose it's like when I make thumbnails and stuff. Sometimes I have to change the font size, and I hate that I have to do that. But goddamn, do you have to have episode titles that are that fucking long? TV shows. Anyways, I'm good. I took the longest title in the entire series and made sure it could fit, and I used that as my standard size for the rest. Sometimes you can't always do that though, because sometimes the episode's not out yet. Massive plot hole with the whole rigging the iris will essentially be like burying the gate idea. Remember the episode where the meteors came down and it got buried and it buried the gate? The SGC was able to dial to that gate and rescue O'Neill. I guess burying the gate works or doesn't work when the plot needs it to. You're not wrong. Of course Teal'c will survive this episode. It'd be pretty fucked up if they just write off a character. Just deleted the gates from the memory buffer. Lame. Could you imagine? Of course Teal'c will survive this episode. It'd be pretty fucked up to write... I just read that one. I'm a mess. To be fair, my back of my throat is really ticklish at the moment. I'm trying to tickle it at the same time as talking. Now we're talking fruits. Yeah, just cut a deal with Simmons and then arrest him regardless. That's a thing I do. Dude is lucky Teal'c is stuck in the gate and we can't dial a very hostile world to dump in on. You think the US would win against Russia because we basically know everything about the US. They like to claim they're the best country in the world, while a country like Russia is a bit more reserved. They might be hiding a lot more since they don't like to show off like the US does. I mean, they're not doing very well with Ukraine, which is like not even remotely the size of the US, but go on. In reality, I'd compare the US to a dog who barks but knows not to bite, because if it did bite, it'd get in trouble with some other dogs, Russia, China, etc. Politicians of powerful nations often make empty threats about nuclear war and such. It's not a realistic threat, because everyone dies and they know it. So yeah, Major Davis basically threatening Colonel and Chekhov with war, complete bluff. Was his name actually Chekhov? Did that guy have a gun? No, fruits. Tannis got heads shotted by Teal'c wielding Jafar bazookas or whatever the fuck that was. After that dude crashed into the ship. Crashed his ship into the gates, which blew up the gate, most likely. That bitch is super dead. Okay, well then, what a fucking shit way for him to go. Like, you kept this, like, guy around for, like, quite a lot of episodes, right? And he just, like, gets killed off in the first, like, 5 minutes of an episode? What? It's kind of a little bit disappointing, to be honest. Yeah. And you, little shit, not even mentioning anything about that dude in the episode. Yeah, you know what you did. Let's get into the episode.
Previously on Stargate SG-1.
Oh, don't show me this.
I promise you his death will ultimately prove to be a noble sacrifice.
Apparently the one
These
who
are like
serves
all
has
different.
no name.
What?
Oh, he has a name. Likes viewers forbidden to know it.
I'm sorry, but like all of those different moments were like so completely different that I'm like, what? It seems like you've just spliced together a bunch of different things that don't even connect in the slightest.
You're to be congratulated. My sources have informed me that
Am I supposed to recognize this guy?
you have managed to amass an impressive army in a relatively short amount of time.
I merely took advantage of favorable conditions.
I'm sorry. I merely took advantage. Are you in a fucking shampoo commercial? Is this the guy? I feel like this is the guy. Was he literally just in the flashback before? Like, is that... No. I feel like he was in a trial situation with them. Sorry. Look at this fucking bitch. She's in a fucking shampoo commercial.
Took advantage of favorable conditions.
The old order has fallen. System lords are in disarray. Opportunities exist, but
He also has a way of speaking.
enough to seize them.
Opportunities.
What
Oh,
are you
wait.
proposing? An alliance?
No. I am offering you a position of power in exchange for your support.
Osiris serves no one.
I'm not asking that you serve me. I must admit that I merely am an emissary for a much more powerful Goa'uld, one whom you once knew well.
It's a little hard to understand them sometimes when they speak in like that.
Anubis.
Anubis. That's pretty cool.
The deaths of Cronus and Apophis created a power vacuum that the remaining system lords have been trying to exploit. Over the past several months, they've suffered heavy losses and expended an enormous amount of resources fighting amongst themselves.
Let the good times roll.
Unfortunately, the good times may be coming to an end. They've declared a truce, and now it looks as if they're going to have a meeting to discuss the establishment of a new order.
So you want to stop them?
Quite the opposite, actually. We want them to meet. It'll give us the rare opportunity to strike against all of them at once.
You're talking about taking out the entire Goa'uld leadership?
We are.
Welcome to the dark side.
This has always been part of our long-term plan. We just
Long
weren't
time.
prepared for the opportunity to present itself so quickly.
Okay, let's hear it.
Every system lord in attendance will be permitted to bring one human slave.
And you want one of us to do it?
Specifically, we need someone who speaks fluent Goa'uld.
So Daniel.
Someone who is not Jafar.
Obviously Daniel.
If you agree to participate, we ask that you come to our base on Ravana tomorrow. Jacob will be there. He will tell you all you will need to know.
Major, Colonel, I see you drew the short straw.
Lieutenant Elliot, finally got your first assignment.
Yes, ma'am. Nice to do a little action for a change.
It's just your basic off-world orientation, Lieutenant. There is no action.
Maybe not, sir, but I am looking forward to meeting the tow crowd.
You'll get over it.
So, how are you gonna get me in?
You will be among the system lords attending the meeting.
I thought you said he was going in as a slave.
The system lord, you.
Little joke there.
Funny. You knows my face. He'll recognize me.
He will not.
Renal and her team have been working on a modified version of the chemical SG-1 obtained from the Real.
If you can get close enough to inject him, you'll be able to convince him that you are in fact his most trusted Lotar.
Is what? Lotar is the highest rank among the human slaves of the system lords.
They're like personal attendants. It's considered to be a position of great honor.
I do wonder, because we're getting to the end of the season and I know that onwards it goes on to sci-fi, if they're going to have some kind of resolution to... Like, I wonder if they're going to have some kind of resolution, like, kind of like how Buffy had, like, almost like a series finale kind of thing at the end of season 5. Or, like, Supernatural, when the showrunner left at the end of season 5, they had, like, kind of like a finale-like thing. But then it'll obviously continue. So I wonder if they're going to wrap up this whole Goa'uld situation by the end of the season.
My own mission upon which I must embark Apparently, the Tok'ra have developed a formidable new weapon.
How do you know?
I captured a Tok'ra spy in my midst.
I doubt very much a Tok'ra would reveal this information, no matter how you tortured him.
You are correct, but Anubis has methods that would impress you.
Are you all right, Daniel?
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
Listen, if you're not 100% committed to this mission, I need to know.
I just think some of your details are a little, sketchy.
Like
Is it
what?
Pac now? Yeah, okay, it is the same
Well,
guy.
you're gonna use poison to wipe out the Goa'uld, right?
Eventually.
What about the Jaffa?
Well, that's still a bit of a wrinkle. Unless we can find a way to reverse their biological dependency on immature symbiotes, they'll all die as well.
A bit of a wrinkle.
Colonel.
Sir.
How goes the orientation?
It's very interesting, sir. Just as you predicted.
Are you interested in Tok'ra engineering?
No.
Oh, interested doesn't quite describe how I truly feel.
Welcome to join us.
Thank you, Aldwin, but I have to go help Teal'c. Wait for Daniel. Excuse me?
As you know, Major, we kept the body in stasis for several months as we tried to find a way to repair the damage. But in the end, we were unsuccessful. All that is left of Martuf now lives on in Lantash.
What's its condition?
The symbiote is still recuperating, but the search has already begun to find a new host.
I want to see the research.
I'm sorry, Major, but all information pertaining to Zatark technology
Can only be released on the authority of the Council. I know. They've been stonewalling me for months.
I assure you, Martuf was in no pain.
That's not the problem.
What then?
If the symbiote was still alive when Martuf was taken out of stasis, wasn't there a chance that it could have healed his injuries?
The possibility was remote.
How remote?
The host was too weak. In all likelihood, the symbiote would have died trying to repair the damage.
You don't know that for sure.
Jared,
My lord does not wish to be disturbed at this time.
You know, I don't look a thing like this guy.
Well, luckily for this work, you don't have to. You'll be fine.
tell Shotshot.
Está, Jared. I am your loyal servant, Jared.
Rise.
What's going on?
We've received a transmission. Our sensors on the surface have detected a fleet of motherships bound for Havana. You must leave immediately.
Incoming wormholes blocking our escape to the Stargate.
The Goa'uld can only sustain a wormhole for 38 minutes.
Well, the ships will be here before then.
There is no other escape.
What are you doing?
I'm cutting power to the base. The energy signature would give away our position. Now they'll have to resort to random bombardment.
Well, that's encouraging.
Colonel, the Tok'ra have never had the military resources of the Goa'uld. We use disguise and subterfuge to achieve our goals. Our bases are designed to be hidden. We are just not equipped to repulse such a large enemy force.
Well, they're not just gonna go away.
I can assure you, Major, if this base is compromised, we will fight until the last of us has fallen.
With what? Zats?
What else is there?
Well, you've got that poison. And if it's half as good as you say it is, it could wipe out any potential ground assault.
And risk killing every Tok'ra on this base as well.
Hey, we're all gonna die if we sit around and wait for the attack.
Believe me, if it came down to it, we would sacrifice ourselves and use the poison on our enemy if we had some. Fortunately, the only quantity in existence is in Selmac's possession. It would take weeks to synthesize more.
Lord Yu Huang Shang Ti.
Don't come, Jared. My future allies.
Bastet, Kali the Destroyer. They made a treaty with Sobek, then moved against him during the celebratory feast. Sobek let his guard down. Rumor has it, his head still decorates Bastet's palace in Mubastis.
You have a good memory. They are still worthy of my allegiance. Do not accept gifts from Baal.
They have a habit of exploding, especially when he feels he has been slighted. He wiped out the inhabitants of 2 star systems, 60 million lives, rather than lose them to Sokar in a territorial dispute.
Poor loser. You? I'm pleased you were able to join us, given recent events. I understand your fleet suffered some heavy losses.
I am not the only one. Did I not hear that your flagship was destroyed?
I lost 2,000 Jaffa.
Such as war.
No. This is different. This enemy attacks like a coward. Verity Bastet and Kelly have suffered similar setbacks. They are becoming more frequent while the identity of our antagonist continues to elude us.
I'm certain you have your suspicions.
We are all suffering at the hands of this unknown adversary. By shrouding himself, he sows discord amongst us.
Mansfield, it's O'Neill. Report.
Section of the structure collapsed.
Oh my god, if this lieutenant guy dies on his first mission.
Sir, we got another one.
Get him out of there.
Roger that. He's still alive, sir.
Major, what's your situation? Mansfield, report! Elliot, direct it, sir. Where's the rest of your team? We're dead.
Sir, we need to get him to the infirmary.
Infirmary's been destroyed.
Take him to the lab.
Follow me.
I'm transferring the formula for the poison to this crystal.
Oh, that guy's gonna end up being a Matu.
We'll give up our secrets.
You know, we really should come up with a new strategy. One that does not include us dying.
We must determine what is happening on the surface of Neo.
Both the power down were cut off from the surface sensors. You'll have to use a secondary ring room.
Show them.
Daniel, how's it going?
Oh, swell, it's kind of like Goa'uld and Mardi Gras here.
The ship just docked, so by my count, you got all 7. It's time to release the poison.
Yeah, we may want to hold off a while. Apparently they're expecting someone else.
Who?
I don't know. It seems they've got some mysterious new adversary that's been causing some pretty serious headaches.
It's not like a Goa'uld to play it so coy.
I'll see what I can find out. I'll contact you later.
This man needs medical attention.
We've done all we can right now.
What about the symbiote?
It's out of the question.
It could save Major Mansfield's life.
The symbiote's life is being sustained by the chamber. It's in no condition to help your friend.
We can't just let him die.
If we implant the symbiote, we kill them both.
Well, I mean, it's smashed open now. You might as well. You know, let's not give him a choice or anything either. Let's just shove it in him. Why not? Oh. Oh.
They appear to be amassing a few troops. Once the aerial bombardment exposes the tunnels, they will infiltrate and search them.
Carter, respond. Let's get back.
My lords, the final guest has arrived.
It's gonna be awkward for Daniel.
I hope I'm not missing all the fun.
Don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious.
See, I think he sees her as someone he can still save.
Welcome, Osiris.
Someone from his life.
Thank you for honoring my request.
Sorry.
I think you'll find I have much to offer. Shall we proceed?
What's that?
A warning! The Jaffa breached the tunnels.
O'Neill!
Are we gonna be losing like all of our allies?
He is dead.
Why introduce that his symbiote was saved if you're not going to use it? Nice, Sam.
Lieutenant? Lantash.
I had no choice.
Elliot?
I'm afraid his injuries are severe. He's serious internal damage. It's gonna take all my strength just to keep him alive. You'll have to speak for both of us.
Major,
Elliot, it's gonna be okay.
you say so?
Believe me, I know. The symbiote's trying to heal you, okay?
Okay.
I thought Martooth's symbiote's name was Martooth.
Carter?
Ceiling in the lab collapsed, sir. Renell and Major Mansfield are dead.
This is Aldwin.
Elliot's in rough shape. There's a Toker symbiote inside him.
What?
Feels very weird, sir.
Lantash. He's keeping him alive.
Let's take our chances on the surface.
Jacob.
What's the delay? They should all be there by now.
Yeah, we got a full house, but there's a complication. Sarah's here.
Sarah? You mean Osiris? Did she recognize you?
I don't know, I think so, but she didn't tip her hand, and I don't know why.
Daniel Jackson. You're a rather long way from home, aren't you?
Just a little bit. This is looking to be a two-parter.
Tunnel is blocked.
Does Lantash know if there's another way to the secondary ring room?
There isn't.
And indeed, we are trapped.
To be continued. Alright. I like that it wasn't all wrapped up in one episode. I'm good with that. Yeah, we're in rough shape. It looks like most of the Tok'ra look dead. So we've lost the Tolans. Basically just lost the Tok'ra. I am feeling like they kind of like wrap up. They're trying to maybe wrap up some stuff by the end of the season. Maybe because they thought the show was ending. Did they think... I'm actually really curious. I don't know. Did they know that they were moving to sci-fi? When did they know that? Were they cancelled and then picked up? I'd like to know. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.